just done a video about Photoshop and the apply image. Well, you can also use apply image in Affinity Photo. However, there's not so many great features in Affinity Photo with the apply image. So I've got this image here, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create another layer. And a really quick way of doing that, just go to Layer and New Pattern Layer from Selection. Now I could of course use any type of other layer, maybe use some type, all those sort of things. New Pattern Layer from Selection, and then I can resize this. So I'm just going to go for something like that, just a very basic resize. And let's just bring that back again. Background, put it at the top. So I've just dragged it up. It's now the top one. And then I can go to Filters and down to Apply Image. Now the one thing about the Photoshop one comes with a load of things like channels, masks, etc. But this does have equations which are quite nice. Unfortunately not as flexible as equations themselves. So what you can do, just go down here and you could use current layer as source. Obviously you could use the same layer as you've got. You can also load from a file, which is reasonable, but you can also go over here and just drag. So just don't select it, you just need to just drag that one and drag it over here and release. And then you can see what happens. It's just replaced that image. Now it's still there, but it's just on top of that. So what you can then do is you can go to the blend modes and you can go down here and you can go say darken, multiply, and you can see as you run through, maybe go for screen, say. So you've got screen. You can also change opacity if you want. And you can see you can just change that, reduce it down to 0 so you can see the image fully, or keep it 100%. So go with that, and you've got the options of RGB, colour space, or go with grey, CMYK, etc. And it gives a few more opportunities to manipulate. But I'm just going to go with RGB, and you can go, oh, I want it to be a bit redder. So times, and then you'll notice it goes into red. It's in red, but as soon as you actually type something that's valid, you can see what happens. It's made slightly redder and it's now valid. And then you can click apply. And that basically is. But you can still, of course, use it again. You've still got this pattern layer. Now, you might want to see the pattern layer, so you can just deselect that and go to the pattern. And then you can just resize it. So you can move it up here, move it around, maybe resize it, rotate it, maybe even go for mirror. So you can go select that, create a different design. So I'm just going to go with that. Not very seamless design. Then you can go here to background again, make sure it's on. So you can see now, can't see the pattern anymore. But what you can do, go to filters, down to apply image again, select that. And with that, you can now bring that pattern again. Obviously it's slightly different than it was first time around. Again, don't select it so you get the actually highlight. What you want to do is just drag that to here. And again, you got what the pattern is. You've got obviously got the diagonal. And again, you do the exact same. So blend modes, you can run through, say darken, color burn, linear burn, and so on. Now you can still see obviously there the image. You might want to reduce it down a bit so you can still see that effect, but you can also see the image itself. And again, if you want to, equations, maybe this time use SG instead, or use the alpha channel, which actually create very interesting designs as well. You can always type in like 0.2, just adds a subtle sort of effect to it. It's not for everything, maybe 0.8, you can see more of the image or less of the image. Now you might not want that at all, just keep it as SA. But if you say you want it bluer, you can go times 1.2, say, and then click apply. Now, the result is not very blue at all. But you've got this background, you've still got the pattern. Now, of course, you can still use blend modes just as before. So you can always go up here and you can go run through these and maybe do colour burn that way, a more conventional way of combining the image. But as mentioned, you can always do filters, go to apply image, and if you want, you can use this current image. You can combine that as well. So use current layer as source. So just click that. You don't have to drag anything over, just click it. And now with blend modes, you can run through the blend modes and you can see that has an effect again. You can go through, just try different options, some better than others. Maybe color dodge. Of course, after a while, you really can't see much of that background image. I'm just going to go with normal there. But again, you can tweak it if you want to just change the colors. You can just say times 1.4. Again, create it redder, or maybe go for the green, etc. So you can create some really interesting color effects with this filter as well, or command. And I'm just going to cancel at this point. And that's the apply image in Affinity Photo. Now, it's not available in Designer, but of course, as with all things with this, if you're working in Designer, you can still use the apply image. If you've got Photo as well, you can always just go backwards and forwards between using this edit in Photo or Designer, etc. But I think it's a really nice tool. Maybe not as flexible as the Photoshop one, but it's still a useful feature of Affinity Photo. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions about this command or tool, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, and also a like or dislike, always appreciated. Bye.